Thank you for your time. One moment, please.
I'm sure we ran the windows. No, we had to bust the windows to make entry. She's in the emergency vehicle right now. She's trying to car in here. Let's go ahead.
A delivery driver completing an Instacart order is pulled from a Florida grocery store and taken into police custody after he allegedly left his infant daughter inside a sweltering hot car.
She's being treated by EMS right now, bud. Because that's what happens when a child gets left in a hot car. She was burning up, labor breathing. Bro, you serious, bro? Man, I'm not making all this stuff. I'm not showing here, bro. I'm not like, I mean, why would you like the kids to go hard? Rated or not, man?
Police in Tavares, Florida were called to a Publix grocery store on June 10th after a shopper noticed an infant in the back seat of an unattended vehicle. Officials say she was, quote, visibly sweating and appeared clammy. When she was discovered, the windows were hardly cracked, and the temperature inside the car was between 100 and 105 degrees. Body camera video shows officers meeting up with the suspect, 27-year-old Keita Jones.
Hey, go on, run it to me now. Are you Mr. Jones? Yes. Is your wife? Yeah. First outside? Yeah, my daughter's in there. Yeah. Yeah, your daughter's in there, dude. I just brought her with the That daughter's been here for almost an hour, dude.
Jones tells officers he left the windows down, but officers say that wasn't the case.
How old is that child that's in the backseat of that car? She got me too. I'm sure I get around the windows and everything. No, we had to bust the windows to make entry. She's in the emergency vehicle right now. She's trying to get a car in here. Let's go ahead. I just ran in. No, you don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that.
It's then that officers handcuff Jones.
You know, you guys doing that vehicle?
The responding officials can be heard getting frustrated, reminding Jones of the hot summer temperatures in Florida.
The windows down. Come on, man. Are you kidding me? The windows down? Why do you take your child with you? It was raining at 6:30 a.m. Also. Don't you see how hot it is out here? Oh my God.
That's done. Wow.
Oh my God.
Jones is then told his daughter is receiving medical attention. She was treated on the scene and eventually released to her mother.
Nothing else on you? Nothing else on you? She's being treated by EMS right now, bud. Because that's what happens when a child gets left in a hot car. She was burning up, labor breathing.
After this, the officer raises his voice at Jones, scolding him for leaving his daughter behind.
Bro, you serious, bro? Man, I'm not making all this stuff. I'm not showing here, bro. I'm not like, I mean, why would you like the kids in the car? Rated or not, man? Because I'm showing the kids in it. This is my second Instacart. She got wet the first time. How about I see, man? I'm in. Why should I get in? Man, fuck!
According to an arrest report, Jones left his daughter inside that hot vehicle for nearly 90 minutes. He now faces charges of child neglect.
Lyme is the source. What you have to ask yourself is the obvious. How many times has he done it? How many times has he been working for, how many runs he's done for Instacart, any other delivery companies, and taking the child with him? That's the question. Why do you have the child knowing you're going to be running in and out of a car? Let me guess, the mother had to work, so you said, well, I'll keep the baby. But you knew you could not successfully and properly take care of your own child doing delivery. So this shows you he's an idiot. So you also have to ask, how was the child treated at home? When they said infant, I thought we were speaking of, like a baby, like a little baby that drinks formula. But nonetheless, it's a small child. Disguised as food. Arguing back and forth with law enforcement, once outside, which is your car. So what is there to say? The fact that they approached you should let you know that somebody went and called 911 about a child being in the car. So anything that you say confronted is a waste of time because someone called, sir. The windows weren't down. No, they were not. Barely cracked is what officials are saying. 100 plus degrees inside of the car. Raining outside. This is why I left her inside of the car. His reasoning, his excuse. No, bruh, you didn't have any business having the child with you. Period. Rain, sleet, snow, sunny days, doesn't matter. Why do you have a child in your custody while doing deliveries? 1 hour and 30 minutes, the child was left inside of the car. 100-degree temperatures. And that heat is not like the heat outside because it's contained inside. When you're outside, you have the free will to roam about, walk into air conditioning, such as a business, a library, turn on air in your car. But a child can't do this. Now, can't she? I want to ask the question again. How many times has he taken the child on his deliveries? And the mother has to know that he had the child on the deliveries. You want me to believe she did not know he did Instacart? Stay woke now. I find fault with both parents because I'm not going to sit here and believe this is his first Instacart run. An hour and a half inside of a store, running around getting stuff for other people while toting your baby in a car. Foolish, foolish, foolish. Ignorant, ignorant, ignorant. His choice. Baby released to the mother. And how'd you all find her? I'm curious. You ran the tag. That's how you got his name, did you not? I'm assuming. So whose name is on the car? Because they called him by his government. He responded. But the gist of the story is he was oblivious because he had to have known somebody called and ratted him out about leaving that baby in there. So who was the person that saw the child inside of the car? Windows down. So now I'm going to ask the other stupid question. Was the car running? Florida has some stupid black folk down there. You heard a story not too long ago of a woman and a male shopping in a store or shoplifting in a store and left the children inside of the car. A stolen car at that. So then we have to ask that question. Was that car running while they were stealing inside of the department store? And the car caught fire. Luckily, the children did not die from the injuries, but the girl child, I believe, was severely burned. Lucky to be alive. What was her excuse? How convenient and noble she went to the hospital with her child. But in the end, it doesn't matter. You're still at fault. So nobody really cares that you went to the hospital to see about your baby. Babies. What happened to she and that guy? When you watch this video, you see him trying to gallop out of the store because he knows he's caught. Skinning and grinning out of nervousness 9 times out of 10. Oh shit, they done caught me. Let me hurry up and get out to this car. You should have known, sir. Keto, whatever your name is. You were busted. They ran the DMV tag. Somebody saw the children in there, which led to them running the tag, which led to them coming into the store. They looked at the surveillance cameras to see how long you were in the store. They backtracked the time, which gave them this 90-minute window. And yet you are still going on and on about, I just ran in. I just ran in. Yeah, I left the windows down. No, you did not. And these officers were quite cordial in their demeanor. He didn't get the right ones now, did he? Shut up, Quinn. You know, the ones that kind of rough you up a little bit, cuss you out, call you everything but the child of God. They were talking to him like he had jaywalked. Hey, you know you're not supposed to do that, buddy. You know you're not supposed to leave your kid in the car, buddy. You know you're supposed to have the windows down, buddy. But minus the child in the car, buddy. They were right polite. Imagine that he got the other kind of cops whose cameras were out of service, if you get my drift. I'm just saying. Keena, you in trouble. As you should be. And I got a feeling that you've been taking that baby on runs, doing Instacart, and you were doing Instacart longer than that day. And mommy dearest, I believe you knew about his Instacart position and you didn't give 2 fucks either. I said that. Because 9 times out of 10, they live together. And why would I let you raise or take my child out knowing you do Instacart and that's your hustle, that's your way of making money? So I'm not gonna leave my child with you to keep, babysit, or anything else. If we didn't live together and I know of your profession, I'm not gonna leave my child in your care because the first thing I'm gonna say logically, well, who's gonna keep the baby while you're making deliveries? I'll wait. Oh, she'll be all right. I'll leave in the car. I'll leave the car running, air conditioning on. Who the hell gonna do that knowing people steal cars? And you know, the old joke is, don't nobody want no black children, kidnap no children with no black children in the car. Well, this one probably couldn't talk well. So a car thief would not have cared. Do a little joy riding in that Versa with that baby in the back. You see, anything could have happened to the child. Car could have caught fire. Somebody could have stolen the car, stolen the baby, sold the baby, did not so kind things to the baby, murdered the baby. You didn't give a fuck because you're too busy worrying about this Instacart position. And naturally, it costs more to live in the state of Florida, so his pay is probably a whole lot nicer than what we do make up here in the high 10. But nonetheless, you're a dirty bird for taking that baby on an Instacart run. I don't think the child should be in the custody of neither parent. That's my public opinion. And some will say, well, Angie, you don't really know, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, well, I'm going to use deduction. Mommy dearest did know he did Instacart. She knew. Because you have to ask yourself the ultimate question. How did they contact her? I'll wait. How did law officials contact the mother? Or, let me say this. They asked him her name, perhaps. Where is the biological mother? Do you have her phone number? And then he had to call her to tell her what he was doing and why he's going into custody. Hey, can you make your way over here to get your child? Let me rephrase that. Either way, I got a feeling the mother knew what he did. There's a reason he had the child in his custody and his stupid ass drove the baby around while he did the Instacart. Now you got to ask the other question besides when did he start working for the company? How many times has he taken the baby on the Instacart runs? How many runs had he done that day before he got caught? Bingo. This is my commentary for July 4th. Thank you for joining me. Like, share, subscribe. Drop your comments below this video. Weigh in. What should the punishment be for leaving the child in a hot car? Some people have gotten off by leaving their children in hot cars, and many have faced the grand jury and the charge of murder. Luckily, this child survived. Share this commentary to other platforms, please. Go to my community board for the sad movie of the week. It's a Lifetime movie. It's about a man obsessed. Bringing you back-to-back lives today. Kind of cloudy here in the high 10, so I figured why not? No running around for the queen today. Thank you for your time. You have been listening to The Vault. Exhale. Thank you, everybody.